to the way they hate. And I know better than to listen to the people who are calling us names. I can feel the sunlight shining in.
Well, good morning and welcome to episode 868 of the Lots Project Morning Show, where the coffee's strong, the opinions are stronger, and everything is always filter free. I'm Brian, your host, and it's December 22nd, 2025. This morning, I'm enjoying a fresh cup of light Guatemalan from foodforestfarms.com because life's too short for bad coffee. At Food Forest Farms, your beans are roasted by real human hands using a clean stream air roaster. More than just a customer, your family. Get 10% off with code LOTS10. That's LOTS10. And shipping is always free. While you're there, check out C4 Club for even more awesome perks. Talk about C4 Club again in just a little bit. Today, we've got another packed show, updates on the new road and the cabin progress that we made over the last 3 days. Kori had a 3-day weekend, and we banged out a bunch. I'll tell you about that. A local activity Kori noticed that I might be missing out on. She told me, I started to notice, and now I think I want to participate, but I don't have all the proper equipment to do so. Thoughts on the executive order to reschedule marijuana, and of course, whatever random topics come up along the way. So grab your coffee, smash that like button, and let's get started. Good morning. Good morning. How we doing? Good morning, Rewilder Life. And you are absolutely correct. The days are getting longer now. Solstice was yesterday, shortest day of the year. If you are in the Northern Hemisphere, if you're listening from the Southern Hemisphere, I think that's the longest day of the year. Anyway, winter solstice, December 21st, and that's the shortest day. So technically, today, winter, the days start getting longer, and I'm happy about that. So it was, we've survived the shortness, the short days, the dark days of winter, and you can look forward to everything being a little more light from here going on. So good. Light Guatemalan today in the cup. Fantastic blend from Food Forest Farms. The C4 Club sale is still going on till the first of the year. C4, if you pay for a year membership, £2 a month for the year. We're coming in at $480. That's $60 off the regular price of the regular discounted yearly price. So you can pay month to month, or you can pay by the year, and there's a discount. But right now on sale, an extra $60 off for the year. And man, that is a great deal for the coffee Brian's putting out. And if you check out other prices across the board, and you see $20 a pound for premium air roasted coffee, and you're actually getting a full pound of it, you'll understand why it's such a great time to jump in over at Food Forest Farms and grab a yearly C4 membership. He also takes fiat, Bitcoin, and Doge. So if you're having trouble with that over there, let me know, let Brian know, or yeah, let's just get you signed up and get you enjoying awesome coffee. So C4 Club sale through the first of the year. So I think next week still have a couple days, but I would get it this week and get it rolling. So great gift too if you're looking for a Christmas gift. Won't get there in time at this point, but you can definitely tell somebody they'll be getting great coffee every month, middle of the month for the next year. Let's get to the Bitcoin contest. I was checking things out here this morning before the show. Good morning, Pip. Thanks for stopping in, starting vacation today. Congratulations on the vacation. That sounds like a fantastic thing. I think I saw you mention you're taking a whole 2 weeks off, which is that's a solid run. That's a solid run to be off. I was checking out the Bitcoin guessing game this morning before I popped on and getting all the notes together. And I think we got a barn burner. I think we really got a barn burner today. I got my calculator out just to make sure I get the right winner. But let's talk about my guess and the rest of the shitty guesses, and then we'll talk about the couple people that were actually pretty close on their guess. Bitcoin price right now as of 12/22, December 22nd, 2025 at 6:06 a.m. The ticker tracker is reading 89,994, $89,994. My guess, getting a little closer, getting a little better. The last couple of weeks have been pretty bad. My guess this week was 94,321. John Palmer in way above where we're at, 98,765. Palm Tree, 95,000, still a ways off. Pip getting closer, 92,788 and 24 cents. Pip always throwing in the down to the nitty gritty there. It might have come in handy if he was a little closer today. Let's go down to the bottom, and Blueberry, Texas was in at 86.5. Scrambling, not holding on to that title at 87.5. And the two that are coming in the closest here. So we got 89. Oh, man, I don't remember what I said it was. It just changed on me. 89. 6:06 a.m. is the ticker tracker time. 89,999. I think it was 89,994, but 89,999. I got to use, I guess. We'll see what happens here. Canadian Farmstead had a guess of 91,919, and so he was 1,920 off. And Mona over in the Telegram group her guess was 88,000, and so she was 1,999 $99 off. Mona was 19.99 off, and Canadian Farmstead was 19.20 off. Oh my God, that was close. $1 separates Mona and Canadian Farmstead, and now it changed again. I got this on the rapid update, so it's updating every 2 minutes. I got to go with the previous number. Mona's coming in and winning, but if we had hold off and done the Bitcoin contest a few minutes later, Canadian Farmstead would have won, with Bitcoin creeping up now to 90,025. So looks like we're on a little bit of a run today. I don't think Canadian Farmstead is going to mind not winning the non-prize and just having the accolades, I guess. $1 off, both of them. $1 off from each other, I should say. Well within 2,000, so that's not a bad guess. If you want to play around with the Bitcoin guessing game, you can head on over to the Telegram chat at t.me/lotschat. That's t.me/lotschat. And put your guess in. There'll be a pinned message every week. You can just hit on the pinned message and check it out. Thinking about messing around with some silver guessing games too. Silver's on a big old pop right now. Spot silver's up in the 60s. If you haven't checked it in a while, not too long ago, it was in the 20s. So if you got some silver sitting around, you might have tripled your value. But we might start messing around with a little silver guessing. We talk about that quite a bit over at the Telegram chat. Definitely Bitcoin. And since the show next week, I will be making my guess. I think we might do good this week. I'm going to come in with my guess for next week. That will be the 29th, 12/29. Let's say 95,959. $95,959 is going to be my guess next week. If you want to make your guess after the show, head on over to the Telegram group t.me/lotschat and submit your guess. Just reply to the pinned message about the Bitcoin guessing game. Rewilder Life said, I made no guesses. I'm on my way to work, and then a week off after today. Congratulations. Enjoy your holiday off. I can't believe it's Christmas already. Kori and I were talking. It doesn't really feel like Christmas around here. Does it feel like Christmas around where you're at? It seems I don't know. I don't know if it's not the snow or the cold. We have cold here. We have plenty of people. I don't want to say plenty of people. There are some people with Christmas lights out. It's not like it's not holiday time. The main street has their holiday decorations up and lights, and the Savannah where we go to get groceries and stuff is all lit up. They have Christmas on Main. They have a ton of Christmas lights and all sorts of decorations. So it's not that it's doesn't seem the visual clues are there. The audio clues are there. We're hearing Christmas tunes on the radio and things like that. Just doesn't feel like it. And I don't know. I don't know if it's a general thing all around the country or if it's just around here, just because there's no snow on the ground. I'm not sure. I remember the first year we left Minnesota and we were traveling, we headed down to Texas, and we went and got some afternoon, early dinner, late lunch, walked into a restaurant, and I think it was a couple days before Christmas, maybe Christmas Eve even. I don't think it was Christmas Eve. It was close. But we saw the Christmas tree in there. We're like, holy shit, it's Christmas. But it was like 60, 70 degrees. And it was just gorgeous down in Texas. And that was when I realized I hated winter even more than I did when I was actually participating in it. But looks like forecast for the later this week for us on Christmas, we're going to be popping into the 70s and overnights in the 50s. So I like that. We had our little cold snap there where we had to bundle up for a few days, and then it's popping them back up again. And then I don't know. We'll see how the rest of the winter goes. But got the fire rolling this morning. It was 30, low 30s outside. Thought we'd fire it up, but it doesn't seem like for another week or so we're going to have any freezing temperatures overnight, which is fantastic. Good morning, Hunter. Thanks for stopping in over on Twitch, and says, ugh, 17-foot ceilings are bullshit. 17-foot ceilings got to be quite a bit. We were working on the cabin this weekend, and I'm pretty sure that the peak of so we're going to just cover the bottom of our pitched roof. So the inside's going to be pitched, and I think we're at 12 or just above at the peak, and that's high enough for me, for sure. Yeah, that's plenty big. Sidewalls will be just a touch over 9 feet, so that's a lot. Wilder Life says it's 11. Is that 11 degrees? That's cool. That's not. I don't want to do that. Good morning, Scramblin' University. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for the awesome coffee. I'm saving my Christmas blend. Scramblin' University, if you don't know, is Food Forest Farms' other alter ego here on YouTube, and so Food Forest Farms provides my C4 club. Nice Guatemalan this week, but I do have a special Christmas blend that he sends out every year. This year is focused on the light. The light last year was dark, and I am a big fan of light coffee and anything to do with light and bright. So I'm excited to try that, but I'm saving it for closer to Christmas. So I believe I should have it. Let's see. Yeah, if I wait till Christmas and I have some on Christmas, I'll be able to definitely have some next week. So it'll be a post-Christmas, a Christmas to New Year's a treat for me from Food Forest Farms with the light side of the Christmas blend. Hunter says 14-foot A-frame ladders are heavy, which is why I complain. That's not the only reason you complain. Did you get your wife something good for Christmas, Hunter? Because I think you really should, because she's just a good girl, and you should treat her right. So did you get her something good with all that 14-foot ladder carrying you're doing? Other Life says Far Cry from the camper ceiling height. Yes, it is. And man, we actually joked about that yesterday. We were out working on it. Let's just roll into. Hey, Hunter says, "Yup." What did you get her, Hunter? Can you share with us? I suppose you could write it in the comments, and I promise not to say anything on the air. So there's no way she would ever hear it and know what she's getting, or we're gonna have to wait till next week and find out what Hunter got Courtney for Christmas. Anyway, we were walking around in the cabin. Scranton University says I got the wife a 16 head massager. I got her a muscle massager. This is it. What was it? The Hitachi? I don't know what the name of that thing was. A personal massager. Anyway, we were walking around in the cabin doing the framing, and it's still open. It's all open, and there's no interior walls and anything. But I looked at Kori and I was like, this space is pretty big. It's way bigger than the camper. Like Rewilder mentioned, the ceiling height makes it feel way bigger than it is, and I'll be excited to keep those ceilings way up in the air, and it'll just feel way bigger. I mean, it literally is way up in the air, but it's way bigger. It's like 3 times bigger than the square footage of the camper, I think, which it's phenomenal. So Pip says, does it take AAA battery? Dude, it's gotta take D cells, or maybe it's even a plug-in. Hunter says she told me I got her a fancy coffee maker she's been wanting. No need for a fancy coffee maker, folks. If you want the best coffee you can find, if you pair Food Forest Farms coffee with an AeroPress, you're going to be making fantastic coffee every morning, and it's simple, it's clean, it's effective. I switched from a French press a while back, and damn, I will never go back. Scrambling University says NiCad batteries. No, I'm pretty sure it's a plug-in. Might even be 240. We need to start a generator to run that thing. Anyway, the cabin is huge. It's not huge. It's not huge by normal people standards, but when you've been in a camper for the last several years, and you get to move into an open space, that's going to be nice. So, little updates. Monday. So last Monday morning would have been the last show. We had gotten part of the rock in for the road reconstruction. Who Elder Life says, plus you can use the height for storage, so maybe 4 times bigger. Yeah, there's a lot of options, and we've talked about them in the group a little, in the Telegram group a little bit. Like above the ceiling or above the porch and a bunch of other places. And we're not really sure what we're doing with those. I got to tell you guys at some point about Kori's closet situation here in the camper, and what she's going to be doing in the cabin. And I think I'm going to be doing the same thing. I've talked about it before, but it has to do with keeping all your stuff in like duffel bags. Specific one she likes from SOE, but yeah, it's man, it's she hit the nail on the head with how she does it, and so I'm excited to transition to that when we move into the cabin. And basically, you hang all your clothes on the wall in bags, and then there's bags inside the bags for other stuff, and it worked really well. And it's really easy to grab and go. It's easy to pack to go out of town, or man, she figured it out in the camper for sure, and she likes it enough that she's going to continue to do that when we move into a bigger space. And I think I'm going to go to that too. But last Monday we had gotten part of the rock. We were supposed to get the rest of the rock for the road, and then a couple loads left over for our driveway. We're still pending. We had gotten our driveway put in, and the rock that was available when he did it didn't quite make it to the top. So we had some issues with washout, with some heavy rains, just because the rock that he had available when he made it didn't reach the top of the hill. So anytime it rained, the water had a good runway to get started, to get down to start going down the driveway, and it just caused ruts. So we were excited to be able to get the rock to get to the top of the driveway, and then we're going to have some other work. We're going to have a turnaround and a parking pad and all sorts of stuff put in, but he didn't have the right equipment to finish that this time. But we did get our rock on Monday up to the top of the driveway, and then a second load just dumped at the top of the driveway. It is there. It'll sit there for a while now, I think. It's kind of in the way, but it's where it needed to go. They actually had the dump truck back up the driveway and dump it at the top, and there's just not a whole lot of room there until our guy gets his Mini X up there and takes out some stumps and does some dirt work with the skid steer. He just couldn't get the stumps out with the skid steer. That's all he had with him. So that's going to come in the future, but the driveway got regraded out. It's nice and smooth. It looks like it's handling. We got some rain since the rock got put down. It didn't look like it rutted out too bad at all with the rain we got. The rest of the rock for the road came in. He worked on that, got it all kind of spread out, and having the trucks come in and out and dump on that or drive on that as they're dumping really kind of compacted it down. Kori and I have been in and out of there at least a half a dozen times since it got put down, and it's working great. The sections that are done are really nice. I guess we're still kind of smoothing them out, so they're a little bumpy. But we're compacting them in. We're not, I'm really, it seems like the only one in and out of there right now. So I'm trying to alter my paths in and out, so I'm not causing ruts and really kind of compacting the things in. But with the dump trucks going in there full and, going all the way the length of the road, turning around and then coming back and dumping, they've driven in there both loaded down and unloaded and really done some compaction. So I think it's going to hold up really nice. It's we've had access and we've had rain. It's been slippery, so mission accomplished so far. So we got a little more consistent access. Probably another. I think we were talking about it while he was out there, while we were waiting for another load of rock on Monday, and I think we're about 10 dump truck loads from the whole road being resurfaced and re-sculpted, I would say. So fixed from the original road that was cut in, sloped correctly, ditches put in, drainage on the sides, and then rock put in and not being washed away. We think we're about 10 to 12 more loads away. But right now, it's serviceable. We can get in, we can get out. There's chert in every section on the hills, so there's no super just hard clay, wet clay, slippery where we're not able to get in and out of the hills. I haven't been worried that I'm going to get stuck since the road's been resurfaced, I guess you would call it. So no government involved in that. This is all done on the private dollar and the private time. And I don't know if it's taking longer or less time because of that. I'm sure it's less expensive than it would have been if government had taken care of it. But citizens taking care of their own road access is it's what you got to do when you want to live out on the end of a dirt road. So that was nice, and it got done just in time for kind of a stretch here that Kori's going to have some time off again, and we get a lot of time in working on the cabin together. Right now, it's kind of important that both of us be out there as we are framing in walls, and two hands are really coming in handy as we're framing them out, lifting them up. They're kind of heavy. We're using 2x6 walls to frame inside the cavities between the pole barn posts. And some of the walls are pretty big. Definitely, some of them are pretty heavy. Even the small ones are pretty heavy. to maneuver by yourself, and then kind of squeeze them in between the posts, because we're trying to get them to kind of sit in as tight as possible. And so a little taparoo with the 3-pounder, and sliding those in between the posts, and then securing them with some nice long timber screws. But yeah, so she was off 3 days last week. So Thursday or Wednesday, no, excuse me, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think she's off another 4 days this coming week. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then she's off like a big stretch after that for the New Year, using up that PTO she has, and getting it done before she loses it at the first of the year. So we're having a lot of opportunity to work. In the past 3 days, we almost reached our goal. I guess I don't know what almost really, how close you have to be to say almost. We have 2.5 sections left, and so right now I'm focusing on the 2x6 framing all the way around in all the open sections. We got 14 sections to fill if you follow the outside pattern of the house, and then the porch walls. 14 sections to go all the way around, and we have 11 and a half done. 11 and a half, yeah. So once I get the 2x6 framing done, I can go ahead and work on installing windows and doors. And then after we get the metal on the outside, I can go ahead and then finish the rest of the framing, like up to the ceiling. Since none of the wall framing I'm doing is structural, non-load bearing, it really basically all I have to do is get the framed out openings for all the windows and doors to get installed from the outside with the purlins for the metal, and then we can get the metal on, and everything will be enclosed, and then that changes quite a bit. So once that happens, we can start working on putting our utility systems in. We can run wire, we can run plumbing, we can end up getting our insulation done, and it kind of goes quick after that. So this is like I would say it's one of the last huge processes with a ton of steps. Running wire will be I shouldn't say that. I guess the solar field will be quite a project too. But wiring the cabin, since it's not huge, it's a decent size, but it's not huge, should be pretty easy. I wired a similar size space in our farmhouse, which wasn't bad, and this will be from zero. So we'll be designing everything from the inlet of the solar to the batteries and all of that, and then all the branch circuits going out to kitchen, bathroom, and 2 bedrooms and a living room. Kori did change. I think I mentioned it last week. Kori was changing the floor plan, and I told her that she could do everything except change work that already been done. She kind of settled on the plan she wanted. I think it was last Sunday or Monday, and that's why I'm thinking I mentioned it last week. But I think it was Tuesday night after the rock was in. We drove out after work and kind of walked the floor plan that she came up with, and it was quite a bit different than what we had planned on from the beginning. And we both really liked it. We liked the change. I lost about 4 foot on one of the bedrooms, but now the bedrooms are both on one side. Our bathroom got bigger, and it also opened up a huge space for the kitchen and the living room, kind of as one big open room. Made the kitchen a little wider. It was going to be like a galley kitchen, like a hallway. This made it another 4 foot wider, so a lot more room to move around. We're going to probably end up with like a breakfast bar and a table, and then a nice big living space for the living room that's all open in the center of the cabin. So it changed significantly. It's weird to say that it can change significantly in a space that small, but definitely changed significantly, and I think we'll like it. I think we'll like it. Other Life says so you won't hear stories about the laundromat anymore. We will have a washer and dryer in the bathroom. We're gonna go with a stacked washer and dryer. I don't know how long it'll be until the washer and dryer are in there. But yes, and we will also have a line drying outside. And so hopefully soon I won't be going to the laundromat anymore. I don't know what soon. Soon is all relative. Sometime in 2026, I hope to not be going to the laundromat anymore. The laundromat's it's okay. I found a new day to go to the laundromat where the employee there isn't so fucking aggravating and annoying. The employee that is there on the day I go, she's really cool. She was the employee that was there when I used to go when I first started going. And then they got a new employee, and this lady is just she irritates the living shit out of me. She needs to talk to everybody all the time, even when it's blatantly obvious that you don't want to talk to her. And she's just irritating. It is what it is. I went last week, and I don't know if I hope the employee that I like didn't get terminated or quit. But I went on my normal day, and the shitty employee was there. So I don't know. I kind of want to own a laundromat. This is one of my goals. I sit there and watch people pump quarters into this laundromat, and all I can think of is I want one of these things. I definitely want one of these things. So, but it'll be nice. It'll be nice to have it at the house, and we'll definitely have the indoor or the outdoor drying. We actually have it already. We've had it actually going on a year now. I think Kori got it for Christmas last year. Just been sitting in the box, but one of the big parasol, or not parasol, one of the laundry lines that has the post in the middle and the posts that come out and the line around. It's like a kind of like an umbrella, I guess would be what it would be pictured as. So that'll be outside. But lots of progress. I think we'll finish up. We'll be out working on Christmas. I think we're going to end up finishing the framing on Christmas, hopefully. And then we'll be transitioning into, it'll be tricky. The next step after that, we're going to have to try to remove the house wrap on a section or sections that will be getting done in a day. We need to put purlins up on the outside, 2x6 boards on the outside, framing the window, and then install the window, and then recover with house wrap to keep everything dry until we can get metal on the outside. So that'll be an interesting. We've been contemplating different ways to accomplish this, to make it as easy as possible. And I don't know if we've come up with an easy method yet, but it'll be another adventure with the two of us. But we'll have a lot more framing to be able to nail the house wrap to. So it should go way smoother and way easier than it did the first time. It's just having to take it down and re-put it up. It'll be interesting. So looking forward to that. It just means more progress is happening and one step closer to being out there. So exciting. It was a good week. I think our progress this week was probably more than we've had in quite a while, and that always helps with Kori having an extra day off, and so with the next few weeks with her having a lot of time off, should be making quite a bit of progress. I did kind of check out the sun the last couple days while we were out there right around the solstice, and solar field looks like when I get the trees removed that I have planned to have removed, Looks like we'll be in full sun even on the solstice. The shortest day, the whole path seemed to be will be clear in the sun. So that made me feel good about the picking the location of where we're going to put our solar panels. So that's pretty much the update on the on everything out at the cabin. Looks like next on the list is just wanted to mention the Blockstream JadePlus. That 21% sale is still on for another week or so. 21% off on the site. Plus, if you use code The Lots Project, you get another 10% off on top of that. Great time to buy hardware wallet to get somebody started in Bitcoin, to maybe start a wallet or two for your nieces, nephews, kids, grandkids, or anybody that you think should start in Bitcoin but isn't quite ready to start themselves. Or if you have Bitcoiner in your life, they'll never. I don't think anybody would ever, if you have Bitcoin, if you're in Bitcoin at all, even if you have a hardware wallet, even if you have everything locked down, I don't think anybody would be upset to have another hardware wallet. I can't. I think you could find it very useful to have one, especially that wasn't purchased by you, that was given as a gift, that could really come in handy for some extra storage, let's say. So if you got a Bitcoiner in your life, if you got somebody that's you're looking to onboard somebody, you might not be into Bitcoin yourself, and you're looking for a gift for somebody, this is one thing that I think any Bitcoiner would take, even if they have a hardware wallet already. Blockstream Jade or JadePlus. You can find the link in the video description, the audio description, or head over to store.blockstream.com and be sure to put in code The Lots Project for an extra 10% off at the end. So check those out. I appreciate everybody that picks those up, helps support the show, and stacks a little bit of Bitcoin for me every time I get a sale. So appreciate that. The next topic on my list. So Kori's been she's been telling me about this for a little while now. I said that I've noticed it a little bit. Didn't notice it as much as her. Kori's kind of like the neighborhood watcher. she's a spyer for sure. She keeps an eye out the window. It's a little bit less since she moved her office location to the back room here in the camper, because the window's higher. When she was out in the living room and she had a full, I would say, like, picture window in front of her, she knew everything about everything going on in the neighborhood. If you recall, after we got to Tennessee, the story of the armadillo, the tiny armored one that got hit in front of the camper, and she watched it daily get consumed by the turkey vultures and the maggots and everything, and she sat and watched it and basically documented it for everybody. She's moved to the back. She can still see a little bit. She still kind of keeps an eye on the neighborhood. She's also very observant when we're out on our walks, and that's twice a day with the Bernardos. And so she knows a lot. She's very observant. I don't mind it. Like, when we're at the farm and when we move out to the cabin, I don't need to really pay attention to much locally, because all I have to do is ask Kori, and she will know. But she brought up one thing that she's noticed that she can't figure out. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's like a hobby around here or what it is, but it's too much to be a coincidence, let's say. So we have, where we're parked, we're kind of in a little cluster of houses. I don't want to call it a neighborhood. It's basically a street where you got the municipal transfer station for the dump, basically where people drop off their garbage. You got like 2 houses on one side, and then a huge open spot, probably 2 lots, maybe 3 lots, and then another house, 2 or 3 wooded lots, and then another house, and then the whole rest of that side of the road is basically undeveloped and probably can't be developed. It's a big slope. There's some weird shit going on. And then about halfway down the rest of the road, there's a gravel pit. On the other side, the side that we're on, basically there's a storage facility on the corner. And then the property where us and our other camper neighbor are located on this lot. And then you got one house, and then a trailer, and then another trailer, and then a big house, and another trailer, and then nothing for quite a while. So we have this like little cluster of houses on this one street. So the three of the neighbors, I shouldn't say the 3 neighbors. So 3 of the neighbors have been, we noticed, I don't even know how to talk about this. We noticed that they all kind of drive around with appliances in their trucks. They all got little pickup trucks or trailers, and they will drive around with a washer in the bed of their truck, a dryer in the bed of their truck, and it'll drive around with them for a couple days, and then it'll get unloaded and either sit in the yard or sit on the porch. At first, I thought people were just getting new appliances. Like, I thought these people were getting new washer, dryer, whatever. I'm not sure anymore. I see the appliances. They don't seem to change. It's not like we live next to the transfer station, so I was wondering if they were like bringing them to the dump. They were getting rid of them. They were getting new ones. But as we watch, they seem to just be driving around with them in the back of their truck. And Kori and I kind of nicknamed it taking them for a ride. It looks like they load these appliances into their truck, scramble as backups for free. I don't know. All of a sudden, they all have and it's been the 3 of them pretty consistently for the last month or two. They have a dryer in the back of their truck, and they'll drive around with it. The other guy, one day, the guy had a dryer and a large screen TV, big screen TV, big one, in the back of his truck. And he's driving around. He goes down the road a couple times, and it's like a day. After a day, he takes the big screen TV out, and then the dryer's in the back of the truck for like another couple days. And now the dryer is sitting in the driveway next to the trailer. Scramble says fix and flip, and that it might be a fix it type of situation, but it was coincidence that all 3 of these neighbors, and they know each other. Well, 2 of them know each other. We know that. The third one, I don't know if they know them. Rewilder was like, it says salvage. And I'm wondering that would kind of make sense, but I don't ever see them taking them apart. I don't see them fixing them. I don't see them taking them out of the truck and then Hunter says one of the scrappers around here have a washing machine. He uses it as storage because the drum's taken out of the inside. Huh. That might be it. They might be fixing them. I don't ever see them taking them apart. But 2 of the neighbors know each other. I don't think they're like best friends. I don't see them hanging out all the time. But I know when they have get-togethers at the other one is there, kind of shows up. But the third guy, they're like the 4th tenant we've had, not our tenant, but the 4th occupant of the trailer that we walk by. you guys remember Trailer Dog that had all the mange, and the lady used to beat the shit out of it. She wouldn't put it on a leash or a lead, but then when it would try to run away, she'd beat the living shit out of it. Yeah, that trailer has had, I think this is the 4th different group of people living in it since we've moved in, but they're all just kind of randomly taking their appliances for rides in the vehicles, and they sit in the vehicles for an undetermined amount of time. Sometimes it's days, sometimes it's weeks, and then they just end up on their porch or in their driveway, it seems. So I don't know what's going on. Kori's trying to figure it out. It is what it is. You can drive your washer around. I got to take the topper off the truck if I want to drive a washer around. So I don't know how much I'll be participating until we can get some more inside storage up at the cabin, so you can get the shit out of the back of the truck. But yeah, take your appliances, make sure you get them out, get them rolling around the neighborhood, and then back in your house to wash and dry. So I think Hunter might have Hunter might be on it. Rewilder Life and Scrambling. I think any of them are possibilities, but I'm not going to find out. I'm not going to ask them why they're driving around with their washer and dryers in their vehicles. So it'll be a mystery for the rest of my life. Let's see here. Thoughts on the executive order to reschedule marijuana? So Trump signed it. Signed an executive order to speed up, to fast track the rescheduling of marijuana from a Schedule 1 drug like heroin or cocaine. Actually, cocaine I don't think cocaine's a Schedule 1. I think cocaine has medical purposes. Schedule 1 is the bad stuff. No medical relevance at all. And he's transferring it to a Schedule 3, rescheduling it to a Schedule 3, which basically doesn't decriminalize it, doesn't legalize it on a federal level. Basically says there's possible medical benefits, and opens the door to research. Basically is what this does. Now, that seems like a good thing on the surface. I would think if you just heard that, if you were a fan of the weed and you heard that it got rescheduled to a Schedule 3, basically online with Tylenol with codeine. Bless you, Kori. You'd think that was a good thing. And it might be. I have less faith in government and big ag and big pharma and the intentions of this rescheduling. I really see it as a kicking the door open for big pharma to come in to throw their money around, big ag to come in and throw their money around, to do a lot of patenting, to do a lot of patenting of products, of strains, of extraction methods, of production methods, of distribution methods, and all sorts of things. And in the end, if we've seen anything from big pharma and big ag, they'll be successful at what they want to do. They have lots of money. They have goals on making more money and whatever they can do to secure funds coming in. I think that there'll be a long is all relative, I guess. But there'll be a shift in the narrative around pot. I think that instead of it being bad and evil, man, the comments coming out of the conservative states, the states where marijuana is illegal still, basically Tennessee and Kentucky, Kansas. Yeah. It seems they seem that the world is falling. They seem like that this is going to be the end of society as we know it. That how could he do that? How could he sign this? I'm kind of angry the other way. I think there's going to be a concerted effort to lock everything down. I think there's going to be in the end probably a push to anything that you can do for yourself. Homegrown is going to be dangerous. Flower is going to be dangerous, like weed. Back in buying a bag of weed, flower, buds, going to be probably demonized. That the only safe way to consume cannabis is through our patented oils or our patented pills or lab grown, lab processed. This is going to be the next round of big pharma income is going to be controlled pot. And once they do their testing and they, because testing is never jaded. The results of the test never favor the person paying for the testing. I think there's going to be a demonization of homegrown. There's going to be a demonization of smoking flower. There's going to be. I don't think this was good for freedom. I don't think rescheduling pot was a win for the freedom community. Rewilder Life says, so you're saying it's another money grab? Yeah. I really wish I had more faith in government, but yes, I do believe that it is a definite money grab. I do believe it is an end around to take on the legalized states. I think that there'll be a lot of propaganda and a lot of shifting in attitudes towards that this is a prescription only type of thing, and we'll see how it goes. I hope I'm wrong. For the fact that everybody should be able to do what they want. They're not hurting anybody, and I think that weed is a lot less harmful than alcohol, which the irony of all the states that seem to be dead set against weed are really in with the alcohol lobby. I guess around here, shouldn't say all. I keep an eye on Tennessee, Kentucky, and things like that, and the alcohol lobby is strong here in the whiskey states, and you can see them push against the weed legalization at all. So much for freedom, Tennessee, freest state in the country. So yeah, the executive order. I don't want to say it's a nothing burger, but I don't think it's a step forward for marijuana freedom at all, or general freedom in general. Freedom in general. So that is that. Guys, Christmas is coming. Christmas is this week. I won't talk to you guys again before Christmas. Hope you have a fantastic Christmas. I don't know if anybody's got any big plans. Kori and I basically are going to be working on the cabin. We're in that point in our life where we don't have kids here. We don't have family down here right now, and the closest thing we do have for family are our friends. They take off for the winter, so we basically Christmas is another day. We do have nieces and nephews that we do send gifts to, and we do like FaceTime, I guess. FaceTime, I think it's called, Apple on Kori's phone. We do when they open their gifts. And other than that, Christmas is really changed for us. When we were back in Minnesota, it was definitely a hectic time, and you get the time off, and you spend a lot of the time running back and forth to family get-togethers, back and forth, this and that, and the other thing. And to where now we get the time off, Kori gets the time off, and we're like, well, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? And so we're going to do a lot of work on the cabin. We're going to relax. Hopefully Kori gets to relax a little bit and enjoy her time away from work. I hope you guys all have a great Christmas and get to see the family that you want to see and spend the time with people you want to spend time with. If you don't have any of that, I don't know. Go to a movie. Go to a movie. I remember when I was in college, I went to a college that had a lot of Jewish folk that went to school with me, friends with quite a few of them, and they always said they would go to movies on Christmas. Obviously, they're celebrating Hanukkah, so they're not celebrating Christmas. They just said they'd go to movies. That was the one thing that was open. And if you remember back, I think it was like the 80s and 90s, they used to have big movie premieres on Christmas, if I recall right. I think they started doing it with some of the Marvel movies. I think coming on Christmas 2020, 1995 or whatever. I kind of remember them launching movies, premiering movies on Christmas. So I don't know. Was that one of your family traditions, going to the movies on Christmas? Not for us. We would go in December. Family, when I was growing up, we'd go to the mall, do all our Christmas shopping as a family, and then catch a movie. That was a family tradition every year for us. And I don't know. I remember seeing all these movies. Kori and I will watch the typical Christmas movies, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Home Alone, those things. I remember watching those in the theater when they came out. So yeah, I'm old for sure. So anything else? What else do I have on here? I don't know. I don't have anything else on my list, guys. I think I might wrap it up here. We're getting close to an hour. Unless you guys got anything you want me to comment on, you can drop in the comments, or otherwise I'll wrap it up. Man, that was well, now if we had done the Bitcoin contest at the end of the show, or the show was an hour later, that would have changed everything significantly. I think Canadian Farmstead would have been in like Flynn for sure. But anyway, we do it when we do it in the beginning of the show. So Mona came in with the win this week. Congratulations for your first win in the contest that makes nothing. Guys, what do you think? I mentioned silver earlier in the show. Anybody else watching silver? Anybody else a silver stacker? Anybody keep an eye on precious metals? Scrambling asked who won. He tuned in late. It was Mona. It was a barn burner. They were $1 off on their guesses. Canadian Farmstead was 1,920 off, and Mona was 1,919 off. And then I look back at the price at the after, and it had refreshed, and Canadian Farmstead would have won. But the official announcement of the price at the time, the normal time, I think Mona won by $1. So they can argue over the prize. I'll leave it up to them to figure out who gets the prize in the group. Guys, if you want to participate in the Bitcoin guessing game, head on over to t.me/LotsChat. That's t.me/LotsChat. If you're not using Telegram, I hope you do. I hope you download it and join the group and hang out. We got a great bunch of people over there. we bullshit about all sorts of stuff, silver included. I might have to do a little dive on silver next week. Let me put that on my list of possible show topics here. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here, and we were going to get on with our day. I got a bunch of stuff to do. We got cabin work to do this week. I'll definitely circle back on that and a bunch of other things next week. Hope you have an awesome holiday. Hope you have an enjoyable Christmas. Pip, enjoy that vacation. Rewild your life. Enjoy your vacation after you get done today. Everybody enjoy that family. Hope you get everything you want for Christmas. And we will circle back and catch up with you next Monday.